I've been watching Comet Ison ever since I heard the report in late 2012 that this is going to be the comet of the century, and it was billed to be 15 times brighter than the full moon. When I heard 15 times brighter than the full moon, you can't fool me. 15 times brighter than the full moon means another sun. In fact, if the moon was 15 times brighter than it currently is, it would be brighter than the sun, in my estimation. Now, what we're looking at is an interactive model, but let me cut right to the chase and work on the latest images. Now, the latest images that are causing all the hype on the web, and rightfully so, are these latest Hubble images. Now, when you follow the link that I'm going to put down there, this link to this educational site that controls the Hubble telescope, this is the image that has been making all the headlines. Now, once you click on that link, you have to go to these coordinates here. And if you don't go to these coordinates, it's going to look like an empty image or just a black image. Okay, so once you go to the coordinates, you're going to see this image, which is the Comet Ison. And here's what you got to do to get the image that everybody's talking about, is click the darker button 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Now, this is what you get. What you get is a symmetrical object that clearly is not a natural object. And this is what's causing all the buzz. Now, let me tell you what I've done and why I'm a little bit suspicious about this image. Now, if you take the original image that is being put out, which I did, I downloaded it and brought it into Photoshop here. And then when I try to darken it on Photoshop, and let's do that now if I can here. Adjustments. Okay. Where is the exposure? Okay. Sorry for taking so long. Now here we go. So if this image is simply overexposed and the other image of the unnatural object is simply a darkening of this image, then we should be able to darken this image on Photoshop and get the other image. And I've been trying to do that in many different ways, and I have been unable to change the exposure to lighten or darken the image in order to get that. Now, let me just go with another adjustment, brightness and contrast, see if that does anything. I've already tried, and there I darken it, and just the entire image gets darker or brighter. It does not reveal the image that everybody's talking about and that you can see on the Hubble site. So let's go back to the Hubble site image, and let's darken it again. Darker, darker. Now you see there's clearly some sort of image here. Now what I'm suspecting is possible, it's a switch cover-up, for instance, or a false flag cover-up. They could have put this unnatural image behind the overexposed image of Ison, knowing that people are going to click this darker button and get this image. And then everybody's going to say that NASA is trying to cover up that image by giving us this image. And so, and to get everybody talking about, hey, Comet Ison is a spaceship. Hey, everybody, look at Comet Ison. And then Comet Ison gets here and fizzles out. There are a lot of anomalies about Comet Ison and NASA's data. For instance, when they said it was 15 times, it's going to be 15 times brighter than the full moon and the comet of the century, what data do they have to support this? I don't understand. I know that there are other comets that are much larger than Comet Ison, and they have not in any way, shape, and form mentioned that it's going to be brighter than a full moon because of X data or that data. They haven't said anything. They just said it's going to be the comet of the century to get everybody looking at it, and then now we're getting these anomalous images. And so I just want to give everybody a heads up that this could be a NASA double switch where they're putting an unnatural image on this website behind the actual image of Comet Ison. That's one theory. Now, another theory is that this object is actually there, and it's actually flying behind Comet Ison in order to have its photograph taken by the Hubble telescope. That's a remote possibility. These things have been known to buzz aircraft and fly with them in formation without being shooken by the pilot. And so they can track an object and stay with it. And so it's possible that this image is behind the comet. It's also possible that this image was artificially manipulated and put there on purpose. And the last and probably the most remote possibility, but not out of the question, is that the site itself has been hacked, and this image has been placed in there by some hacker. I mean, we know that they hack into credit card sites all the time, and I don't know if this is as secure as a credit card site. It doesn't start with HTTS. It starts with HLA, whatever that is. But in any case, just thought I'd let everybody know to not overdo it with the whole spacecraft Comet Ison thing, because we really don't know what it is. We don't have access to the actual data. We don't have our own telescopes. We're under the reliance that we're being told the truth and that these images are true, and that they're not pulling a switcheroo or a double switch or a false flag hoax on us. And that's all within the possibility. So spread the word. Whichever, whether it's natural or unnatural, one thing for sure, Ison's going to put on a show. Heads up. Oh, and I want to thank BP Earthwatch for alerting me to this. And I suggest that you subscribe to BP Earthwatch. He's about the only credible guy on this whole Ison issue. Thanks.